Hey guys, today I'm going to be removing the carpet from my car. I had a blocked drain tube and I think my door seals as well, causing quite a lot of water to build up in the car, and my front carpets are particularly drenched, and if I don't get the carpet out and dry properly it's just going to sit there and go mouldy, and nobody wants that. The carpet in these is the same in the Roadster and the Coupe. The only difference is, whereas in the Roadster it comes up behind the firewall slightly, on the Coupe it's under the bench seat slightly, and there's a couple of tabs that need to be popped out. So on the Coupe you'll be lifting the bench seat just to get access to that. But the main things we need to do are get both of the seats out. All this centre console needs to come out, and the knee braces as well. And I'm guessing a lot of this trim needs to pop out as well, and the bonnet release as well. So first things, seats need to come out, armrest needs to come out. The seats, I'm sure you've all seen it a million times, there's 4 bolts holding the seats. I can get this cover off, there's one. These giant Allen bolts. So 2 at the front, 2 at the back. And then underneath there's a couple of cables, one for the airbag, one for the heated seats. It's recommended that you unplug your battery before you do this. You don't want to undo the airbag connections with the battery plugged in. Mine's in the boot, so I'm going to first of all get the battery unplugged and then crack on. So the bolts for the seats are held in with an 8mm Allen key. Let's whip these out. They are in nice and tight. So we've got 2 at the back, 1 on each side. So now we just need to get the connections under the seat. The green one here, my yellow one's already undone. That's because I've deleted the airbag sensor, but you'll find yours is probably connected. So we just need to unplug those. Okay, now that we've got the first seat out, I can explain a little bit more of what needs to happen. So underneath here, the carpet's pinned in. So we're going to need to take this centre trim off, and then we're going to either need to pull this away or take it off completely. I hate taking this off because it's pain to put back on, but we might have to. The centre console needs to come out all along here, the knee braces and right along there. This trim's likely going to have to come out. Bonnet release is going to have to come out. We're going to have to lift up along here and take the other seat out as well. I think we might have to take out the footrest as well. Looks like there's a couple of clips holding that in. And then I think that's everything, and we'll probably be able to lift the carpet. But I don't know if you can see the colour difference here, where it's very black, that's where it's very wet. It's the same under this side as well, it's just drenched. Also, good opportunity to give it a clean because it's manky. Okay, seats are out. Next thing I want to do is remove the armrest. You might not have one of these, but if you do slide up this cover, it just sort of clips out. And then there's a couple of torque spots. These are T25, I think. Yep. So just undo those. Yep, there you go. So next we need to remove these triangle pieces. I've taken one out already. They're T27s. There's 4 of those. I think on the back side of these there are some big, really thick washers, so just be careful that you don't lose those as well. So I've just taken the first triangle out, and these are the big fat wash pieces I was telling you about. There's only 2 at the top, so just make sure you don't lose those. Keep them with it. So the first thing that we need to remove from the centre console is this bit. It's just held in with 4 clips. The airbag light sits in there. So you see these 4 clips. So you just need to prise your tool in and wedge it from there. That's also disgusting. Look how manky it all is. Next thing we need to do is take out this. This should come out quite easily. It should just pop out. It's just clipped in. You might not even need the pry tool depending on how tight yours is clipped in. There we go. You'll probably find some clips under here for your whatever buttons you've got for your central lock-in, the window, the roof. Obviously if you've got a roadster you won't have the roof ones. So we just need to unplug those and then get rid of this. So the next thing I want to do is remove this. We're going to need access to the carpet behind here anyway, but it makes it easier to lift this as well. So pop your speaker grill if you've got a roadster. Be very careful, they're so brittle. You can see mine's cracked. There should be 4 Torx bolts behind here. Mine never had them for some reason. And then all we got to do is there's a tab here, there's a tab here, and a tab up here somewhere. Same on the other side. So we just need to prise it away, and then this whole thing will come off, including the unit there. Right, so I've done mine. So you can see there's a clip here, clip here, clip here. So I've already loosened it, so just pop it away. And you'll see access to your cubby and everything else. So these are the points where you need to get your removal tool in and just pry away. Can be quite stiff, but once they let go, it just comes off nice and easy. As you can see, we can now start getting access to this. Right, one thing I forgot, controls here. For your fuel, your alarm, your boot, this just pops up, I think. It does. And you can see the cable in there, so we just need to pop those cables off. Just remember which one's which. Right. These are the little connections. So they come out, each one into there. If you just stick your tool into there, it presses this down and you can slide them down nice and easy. Now, I'm led to believe all that's left is to lift this up. I know it's clipped in here and it's clipped in here, so I think if you undo both of those sides together at the same time, you can lift the whole unit. Little cover that's attached there, comes up. Clips in down there as well. There we go. Cover off. So you can see why we need to get to this now, because the carpet comes under here, under here, under here. We want to remove this trim. I think there's just one screw on each side. That's the Torx T25. Yes, it is. You can see it separates at the top. I think it's held in somewhere else. Nope. There you go. In fact, mine was brushed, so I probably didn't even need to undo that one. But you can see on the other side what it should look like. Nice and properly clipped. So I've just discovered on this side there's actually 2. So there's one here, and there's actually another one all the way at the top there. I don't know if there's meant to be 2 on the other side, and mine's just knackered. But yeah, 2 on this side for definite. That trim we just removed is holding in this sort of box, which I'm guessing is for keeping your feet warm when the fans are on. I'm going to take it out. I think it just wiggles out. There we go. It's going to give you much better access to the carpet, and it gives you an opportunity to clean yet more gunk. Next up is this footrest. So we have a Torx up here, which is a T25. And then over here you have an unusual sort of plastic cap which screws in. Don't think it's going to focus. So you can just undo that with your hands, and then that pulls away. Next thing that we want to undo is the bonnet release catch. Mine's got 2 crosshead screws in it. And whilst we're here, we're going to undo the bolt for this piece of trim, which is another T25, and we'll have to do the same on that side as well. So might as well do those at the same time and pop those out. So that's 2 for your release, and then your T25. Okay, so I've just popped this piece out. You only just have to remember that there's a metal clip which goes into the frame here. So you've just got to be careful when you pull it out. You don't want to destroy this bit of plastic. It is very stiff though. You might find that this gets left in the frame. Happens a lot with these kind of clips. So if it does, you can just get it out with some pliers and pop it back in. But yeah, that's it. Right, so what I've ended up doing is taking this panel off first. You can just get yourself underneath, start pulling away, and it's got connections here, under here, one here, there's probably one down here, and they all just pop off. That's going to give us access to this. It's where the carpet attaches. Not quite sure how that undoes yet, but also this trim here by the door is actually screwed in. I think that's a T25. Yes, it is. So I can undo this. And that allows us to pop this out of place. I've popped it off already. The rest of it just pops in. You can see more of these metal clips. The only thing we need to do on this side now is this clip here. I want to figure out that. The seatbelt clip. And then I think on this side of the car we're done. We'll just need to do the back cover over there, the bit that runs along the door, and the interior corner piece there. Again, if you've got a coupe, you're not going to have to remove these panels because you don't have any. You just need to lift the seat, and you'll need to gain access to this pin and this pin. So we'll figure out how they come out. Okay, so these pins, you can just literally give it a good yank and it'll pop out. And there you go, access down the back. Right, so same again, we've popped that trim off. Literally just give it a pull from underneath and it'll start coming loose. Gives you access to the carpet there. We've taken off the panel near the door, and we've taken off the panel in the footwell. All that's left is the seat belts, I think. So these have got a cover over them, as you can see. There we go, they pop out. We've got a nice big fat bolt in there to undo. So just buzz that out, that's a 17mm. And that just holds your seatbelt in. We're going to want to pop that back in, so we'll just leave it there once the carpet's out. So I've been trying to lift the carpet, it's definitely still attached. Here, there's a little piece of plastic that's screwed in and that's preventing it from coming out to start with. The back is easy to lift. I can show you why I'm doing this. Look at all that water. You can just squeeze it right out. It'll just never dry on its own, it has to come out. Found some screws and bolts already, which is nice. So, first things first, I need to undo that little bit here. I'm not sure if the carpet's going to get stuck around that piece of metal as well. So I'm going to have a look and see if that's something I need to undo. Getting there, closer and closer. Right, so managed to get the pedal stopper out. It literally just turns, it self-threads. Just to make it easier, I stuck a 12mm Allen bolt in there just to get a grip on it. Loosen it off and it just loosens itself. The little washer comes off with it. And there we go. Removed. Just look how much water came out with me mucking around. Some there, some there. A little bit on the footwell here as well. So I cleared the drain tubes on this, on the back, and I've refreshed all the seals. So I don't think I've had any fresh water come in since then. This is all water that was there when I first noticed it was waterlogged. But I think I will check the drain tubes that are under the scuttle panel anyway. It seems silly not to after I've checked everything else. So yeah, look how much water there is everywhere. It needs a good soak. You wouldn't believe how heavy that gets when it's full of water. So this is the front footwells, I think. Nope, that's the seats. That's where the seats are. And just look at it all draining off. Let's see if I can. Yeah, there we go. It's so heavy. It's absolutely drenched. So you can see from the discoloration where all the water's sat, and it's on both sides, both drenched. So that needs a good draining and a good cleaning. And we should be good to go. To pull it out, it is just giving it a good tug, making sure your cables that were sticking through aren't getting pulled about too much, like mine were. Giving it a good yank. Don't think it's going to be very much fun trying to fit it in reverse, but that's a job for another day, so I don't mind.